And we are live on Sports Today, and the first person to join us.
Ricky Patel, as always from the USA. Thank you, Ricky Patel. First customer always is the most special, and thank
Not
you.
customer.
First family member.
Yeah.
First family member. But yes, what a performance today by Lucknow Super Giants, led by one particular individual. You remove the bar from him, and he's Dhoni. But Ayush Badoni on debut, a 50. What a knock from the youngster, and what a recovery.
Come again. What did you say about?
Okay, you remove the bar,
Bar.
he becomes Dhoni.
Yeah.
If you add
Badoni.
it, he becomes Badoni. So what a performance today by the youngster. 50 on debut, LSG,
Yeah.
29 for 4. You felt that it was a repeat of a test match performance, it would be under 100, but he and Deepak Huda shared a brilliant partnership. And LSG, in addition, Deepak Huda got out in-game Krunal Pandya, and both of them took Lucknow Super Giants to 158 for 5.
Okay, quick
158
quick
for
points. Anirban Chattopadhyay says Sanjeev Goenka said after the auction that Badoni is the player to watch out for. Not only Sanjeev Goenka, if you had been watching Sports Today before we were building up for the game, we had said that watch out for Badoni. He's a Delhi guy, didn't get too many chances to bat here, so he's not really a youngster. I think he's 22, 23 years of age. But didn't get a lot of opportunities for Delhi. In domestic cricket also recently, I think he got a chance to bat once and got 8 odd runs. But what really impressed the folks at, just to give you a background where he may have come, Badoni, he plays a lot of corporate cricket. You know that there are a lot of bank teams, airline teams, and he plays a lot of cricket like that in Delhi. That's where he was spotted. And the brains behind spotting him apparently is Vijay Dhaiya, who also is a Delhi-based cricketer as well as coaches here. So, these are games that he must be watching. So, we keep talking about the scouting talent of Mumbai Indians, but you'd have to say that when it comes to scouting this time around, Lucknow has also done well. But the star is Deepak Huda, na? Said Badoni, Dhoni, just because he's a Chennai fan, he wanted to fit in Dhoni somehow.
Yes, and that was the Wankhede, but look at what a contrast it was. CSK, when they were in that similar position, they just looked to consolidate 131. But look at how Badoni, Deepak Huda, and Krunal Pandya all batted
they were also consolidating to begin with. I think it was over number 13th that Varun Aaron over that changed it. He got hit for a few. Then Rashid came for that over. I think it was the 14th over. He got hit for a 6. Huda hit him.
Yes.
And from there on, then Hardik came the next over.
And he
where
got
Badoni
hit for
and
18 runs.
18
3
odd
4s and a
runs.
6.
Yeah. So till that time, in fact, our good friend Shane Dias, whatever way you call him, was saying when they were batting, saying that I was talking about one test innings. This is even more of a test
Indeed.
innings. But it didn't prove.
The other good thing, not just from the IPL perspective, but from the Indian cricket team perspective, was Hardik was touching 140 kmph plus. That is a very good sign.
But was it a good sign of the number of runs he conceded?
No. He looked rusty, but the pace was there. And he bowled well, but apart from that one over, he bowled decently.
Yeah.
If you take out that 18-run over, 3 overs for 21, not bad.
Not hammered.
But yes, he didn't rotate the bowlers enough, I feel. The pressure, he didn't build it up that much.
You think it was a deliberate thing by the Lucknow team not to send out Krunal Pandya until such time that Deepak Huda was out?
I think left-right combination. Yeah.
You're not looking at any conspiracies.
Professionalism, as Sanjeev Goenka himself said. So why not go by his word and say, let's just do it. And almost 2 hours to complete just 20.
That actually is true.
Yes.
12 lakh fine coming Hardik Pandya's way. But Hardik Pandya will say, doesn't matter, he makes some few crores. How many is he on? 15? 15
He was bought
CR?
for 15, yes.
15 CR on 12 lakh fine is like peanuts for him. It's how does it matter?
Oh boy.
Let's take a few comments.
Yes.
Karthikeya Tripathi says, Nikhil sir, do some show on how to be professional player in cricket, football, etc. Okay, we'll do something like that. Subhranshu Panda is saying, do you think Badoni has fixed his place in the squad for at least this season? Too early to say. Again, I'm reiterating what we had said. Badoni is a guy to watch out for. The team had been saying that. We had been telling you on Sports Today. Watch out for him. But I think once they have a full squad in, all their foreigners in, then you'll have to take a look at the balance. But he's not done any harm to his reputation.
The way he tackled Rashid was incredibly impressive, I must say, because he was not intimidated. He read his lengths pretty well. Of course, he got beaten a couple of times, but that is the class of Rashid. But he handled him brilliantly. Every bowler, from Lockie, Shami, he handled them pretty well, I must say.
Raghav Dikshit is saying, please talk about Mohammad Shami. We have to talk about Mohammad Shami. And outstanding, I don't know, in just like, just top of my head, I'm just looking back. I think one of the finest spell of new ball bowling I've seen in the IPL. I mean, there would be a few others that may come to my mind, but one of the finest spell with the new ball. And, sometimes you get lucky with the edges and all that. All of his wickets, outstanding. I mean, to get KL Rahul, I'm sure a lot of you can see Gamezy behind you, and if you were playing fantasy cricket on Gamezy, I know a lot of you would have had KL Rahul not only in your team but also as captain.
Yes.
So commiseration to everyone who did
Absolutely.
that. But other than that, no. So it's too early. Jarvo 69, a good friend, he's saying man of the match. How do you know early? So early. We'll let the match be over.
Gujarat Titans can chase it down.
What was your prediction?
I had said 160. And I came incredibly close. Oh boy, the joy of winning after 3 horrendous days. You said 160. You were also winner.
Yes.
+5, -5.
Shane Dias, what did he say?
170.
I said 170, so nowhere close.
Our dear friend Siddhant Maheshwari had said 175. Way off again.
Do you think Gujarat will chase it? Now, okay, that's an interesting question. Let me just credit the person who asked that question. Amit is asking, do you think Gujarat will chase it? I think the weaker suit of Gujarat is their batting. I think their bowling, even when we were seeing their team look very good, the one weak area you could see was clearly Varun Aaron. And he did go for a lot of runs. So good on the Lucknow team to have made full use of that one weak link. Will they get the runs? Now, two things. Because their batting isn't the stronger suit, and we mustn't forget, it is the same ground, albeit a different pitch, where KKR found it tough to chase Chennai is very low poker.
Yes, 131. And that is where I want to just bring in that one point. Dhoni and CSK showed intent from over number 18 onwards. But Badoni and Deepak Huda showed intent from over number 13. 4-5 overs, massive difference heading into the slog overs.
And because CSK had that batting. They had batting till lower down the order. They could have.
But it's a fresh wicket. The ball is zipping through. So the new ball spell, Avesh better. We have to watch him out because Shami was brilliant. If Avesh can hit those right lengths, God help the batsman.
I'm seeing the Lucknow bowlers warming up as we speak to you. Yes, Avesh is going to be very, very critical. If he can hit those lengths, that would be interesting.
Two key bowlers, Avesh and Ravi Bishnoi. Bishnoi, because Rashid didn't have that much of success, today the onus is on Bishnoi to ensure one end is always tied up.
Okay, do you think Hardik's bowling changes were not up to the mark? Ramesh Devasi is saying. Now, could he have got Rashid Khan a bit earlier? I mean, there are two thoughts to it. Some may say yes in hindsight, but I think he got him at the right time simply because you had got wickets up top. And you knew that they're going to take some time. One thought is that, you got 4 down. Maybe get Rashid, get them 5 down. But the other thing is that because you were 4 down, they'd become circumspect. They weren't going to take any chances. Why bring Rashid then and bring him later? So no, I don't think, I'm not going to be too critical of...
No, I think the partnership really dented Hardik's plans because you needed your 3 best bowlers in Rashid, Lockie and Shami at the death. You couldn't just bowl them out in the very first beginning. Yes, you would have gone for the kill, but then you would have been vulnerable in the death overs. So that is why you can't criticize Hardik. And anyway, it's the first time in a very long time that Hardik is captaining.
But why no? I mean, again, the one thing I can look at, you knew, and we are saying that is that Varun Aaron, even to begin with, when you saw the team, he seemed to be the weak link. Why wouldn't you bowl Tewatia?
It's surprising. Why not Tewatia and build one end of pressure? Maybe a false stroke from Badoni, inexperience could have gotten, but surprising why Tewatia was not used. Because he had success in the 2020 and 2021 editions. He used to get the breakthroughs.
And even Hardik, who's gone close to 10 and over, had Vijay Shankar also as an option.
Well, Vijay Shankar, all that 3D drama, I think it's still not gotten away from.
He has long hands, the selector.
So that is why, Vijay Shankar, Rahul Tewatia, great options, but didn't use them at all.
No, I'm surprised. So, on the two, unless, there's some issue with Vijay Shankar and he's not bowling at the moment, I don't know. could have tried him at an over. If not, Vijay, at least Rahul Tewatia, though, I expected
Yes.
at least a few over, especially when Varun Aaron had gone for plenty of runs. That now begs the question, was it the right decision to play with Varun Aaron? Could you have gone with Sai Kishore? You had a spinning option. But then you look at Shami's performance and say maybe fast bowler was the way to go.
I mean, Varun always aims for pace and he looks to get wickets. That's why he does leak runs. But yes, just like Umesh Yadav, if he's not accurate, he will leak runs. That's the problem. But yeah, getting our Sai Kishore, you would have had variety in the attack. That is, and because three pacers, I don't think so.
So Sridhar Savaikar is saying Hardik came into bowl before Rashid. Rashid came in the 10th over. I think Hardik missed a trick there. Could have put LSG under more pressure. See, the two ways of looking at it, Sridhar, and that's what I mentioned. That maybe Hardik thought that it's best, now that they've lost a lot of wicket, they will not be taking any more chances. Maybe it's the best time for me to bowl. So first thing that could have been the first reason that he came into bowl. And maybe he thought that when they'll go for a lot of runs or they'll attempt to go for a lot of runs, I can bring Rashid there. See, there was, again, it's how you look at it. He could have got Rashid there. What would have I done? If me and Siddharth were batsmen, what would we have done? Be careful, just finish his overs. So you're not going to get any wickets. And what happens? When we are set, then your weaker bowler come in and then you get a lot of runs. So hindsight, again, the way you're looking at it. Yeah. Amit says, Hardik seems pretty fit to me. 130, 135, 40 speed. Any chance for World Cup in Australia? Of course, there's a chance of him going. But this IPL is going to be make or break for
this is your trial. You do well in the IPL, perform consistently in both bat and ball.
Yes.
Hardik has cemented that spot because for far too long, India were handicapped with Hardik Pandya just as a batter. But if he performs with the ball and he gets wickets, there is utility and depth unlike any.
How do you rate Subhranshu Hardik's captaincy today? As I said, I don't think I'm not going to be critical of his captaincy. I didn't see anything that told me that he's not a good captain. Other than the team selection, that was one. I may have gone with someone like Sai Kishore. And then I may have tried a Tewatia, especially because Varun Aaron was going for a lot of runs. And we know that it tends to happen with him. He can be expensive. On days he can be good. So I'm a bit surprised. Lockie Ferguson coming in first change was also interesting.
Yes.
Maybe I would have given him the new ball. So again, all things are in hindsight. Yet this total, what do you think? They'll chase it down?
Yes, they will. Because I think now the wicket will ease off. It will become much more easier to bat.
Yeah.
Yes, and the dew factor, and already we saw during the strategic timeout, there was plenty of dew. So it is going to be a major factor for the team that is bowling now. So I think Gujarat Titans will continue the trend of chasing it down in IPL.
Somebody asked me, Amit Sharma, Shami and Bumrah, who's better? Again, Shami was outstanding today, but Bumrah still, with white ball, he is India's #1 bowler, no doubt about that. With one performance, you can't change it. What I would say is that before this, Shami had, I think, fallen down the pecking order a bit when it came to white ball cricket. Was he your best pacer alongside Bumrah in the white ball team? Wasn't very sure because the contenders were also there. But I think he's done his reputation and his chances no harm when it comes to white ball cricket after the performance today. So the game's about to start, but before we go, a reminder, don't forget to download the Gamezy app. Make your team. The best thing is you can make your team even now for the next innings. No other fantasy app allows you to do that. So do that because you stand a chance to win up to 5 crore daily in prize money. We've made our team. So that's not been doing too well, I believe, in fantasy. But I hope you're doing better than him. On that note, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you at the end of the game. Bye-bye.